And welcome back, folks, to
Hello.
Rocket Power Beach Bandits.
Hello, ladies, gentlemen, distinguished individuals. Wow, it's been a while.
Yep. The last time we recorded this was on January 26th, and I uploaded the last part on January 28th.
So, yeah, it's been a while.
This wasn't due to my friend's schedule, though. For some reason, it would not load our file when we tried to do it.
Yeah,
so,
there was some kind of... I think it was a memory card issue.
So then we decided to move on to Spyro Hero's Tale.
But now we're back. And, oh man.
Before we forget, let's talk about the awesome music.
Well, okay, I was gonna say, like, I don't actually remember all of the stuff we've talked about in this Let's Play so far. I'm fairly sure we've mentioned that I never really actually watched this that much, which I'm actually kind of regretting now, because it seems like it was a pretty cool show.
You guys, if I remember correctly, you watched a Halloween episode, and not realizing that there were more episodes, you kind of got banned from it.
Yeah, it was a bit of an overreaction. Basically, one of my younger siblings got super freaked out by it. I'm fairly certain that Eddie, King of the Underworld, was responsible. Oh ho, that, looks like a planks.
This could come in handy.
Well, yeah, we already established that with the last one.
Watch it.
Ow.
Man.
I mean, it's nice that you get some health out of the robo spawners, but it just leaves me wondering if, like, where does it come from? Are they powered by chili cheese fries? Is it just the raw deliciousness?
This could come in handy.
But anyway, yes, we were going to discuss the music, which, I mean, video game music is kind of a tough thing to really get right.
One quick note here. I'm not sure if they do this for every game, but from an article I was reading about Spyro in general, or Spyro Year Dragon, I don't remember which, they said that they get a feeling for the level, and then they base the music off that.
Right, yeah. Actually, there's another article about Spyro you might be interested in reading. I found it. It's a blog I follow called Femhype. They're pretty awesome.
Tasty.
And they discuss video games, and they were just talking about, like, the level design in Spyro.
Come in handy.
In general, or?
In particular, the first one, which I feel is pretty relevant, given that we did, a Let's Play of the first Spyro. Anyway, remind me and I'll show that to you.
But anyway, do you think that they do this for all games to get a feeling for this environment, like in Arclad and all that, or?
Well, probably. I mean, that's the way I would go about it, usually. I would like to actually talk to, like, I would like to get the thoughts of certain composers, and I'm sure some interviews have covered it.
Like, I know for specifically Stephen Copeland did the environmental, or Steve Copeland, he got a feeling, Stuart Copeland, he got a feeling for the levels designs.
Right.
And then just based the music off that.
Now, and this is just my intuition going off of this here.
This music?
So just, not this music, but what I'm about to say. When I look at the compositions of Nobuo Uematsu, it's less, in Final Fantasy, it's less, he doesn't look necessarily at the game design, but he just kind of goes for the emotion he wants to evoke, I guess. But this is just my intuition. There's probably an interview where he talks about his process. I think we used those planks on that bridge.
I know, I'm trying to find a coin.
Oh, there's a... right. Where would it be? Because there's not a cave behind the waterfall, is there?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, I mean... no, doesn't look like it. Weird. Is it maybe in that one cave that we were in?
Continue while I do.
Anyway, but yeah, like, there's probably an interview where he talks about his process and how he does things. But I've always gotten the feeling that he goes more for the general feeling of what's going on when the music is playing, rather than aiming to fit the level design. Which I suppose is just how that works with an RPG, like how Final Fantasy has been from the beginning.
Like Arclad, RPGs really don't have levels.
Well, right. And I mean, you can work it into the environment design, but ideally, you want the environment and the music to combine to create to create this unified feeling. And then you get stuff like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta, where the music isn't really like in tune with the level as much, but it's more about the moment, or even in the case of those games, the opponent you're facing. Games like Devil May Cry and Bayonetta like to use specific themes for specific bosses. Each boss has their own unique music. Oh, that looks... Ah, there it is. Okay.
Sometimes you'll get a glitch and fall off the bridge and have to start over.
Woo! Fun. But yeah, it all depends on, like... Yeah, I guess it kind of does depend on what the game is going for.
Like Arclight Twilight of Spirits, I mean, like the general music, like the random battles, just not. Right. I don't think that's really environmental based.
Right.
But it still seems to fit with the environment or the nature of the battle, random.
Well, and then you've got Kingdom Hearts, which has specific musics for each world,
and on top of that, battle musics.
Right. And oftentimes those are based on the movie, the score of the movie the world is based on.
Let's get in and find out where.
Alright, yeah. Sneaking in. Getting a little Mission Impossible with the music here. I love it.
Oh, and that's one thing I forgot. Each level, and of course, like with some other games, there are levels that share music.
Well, right.
Now, before I continue, do you see anything necessarily wrong with that? Like, do you find it lazy?
Not necessarily. I think it shows that they put less effort into the music. It could be that some compositions work equally well.
Like, for example, in Spyro, Toasty and the Last World share the same music.
Which is interesting, because I feel like that wasn't originally designed to be the case.
Yeah, they said that the final world was supposed to be the same amount of levels with a flight level. But
right.
They had time constraints.
Right, and in that case it was a time constraint.
Which wasn't a big deal compared to the Dragonfly, because the game was still good.
Well, right. I feel like in this case it was probably also a time constraint thing, but that was something that happened in that this is a tie-in game. And tie-in games typically don't have that great of a budget or that great of a schedule in the first place, so they probably knew we're going to have to create music to be used in multiple levels.
And here, it's not like Spyro. Here there are like 4 levels or 5 levels that share the same music.
Yeah, so which tells me that was definitely the case. At least that's what I am thinking.
The final...
I also find it interesting that your ranged attack is more powerful than your melee, apparently.
Oh yeah, baby.
And the final levels, each of the 4 challenges you do with a different rocket has different default music, but if you let it keep playing, it'll use the same music.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, every little that's what I was going on about. Everything here, like this music is playing here, it's got 2 alternate different. So if you let it play enough.
Right, it goes into different movements, I guess?
Yeah.
Also, I think this is a first for the game. We've picked up some special ammo, basically, some special hockey pucks. What exactly do these ones do? Are they just... Oh, they're ricochets. Right. So if there's multiple targets, we can do some ricocheting damage. Alright, let's get in there. Oh, right, we have to actually find a way in.
I guess you can compare it to Crash Tag Team Racing's variable mixing.
Not quite. It's a bit different. In this case, it's more like there's just they made rather long tracks that go through different. I think the technical term is movements. So can we just right?
Here's a different piece.
Right, and it's the same general melody. It just changes a bit. So can we not go just in the front door?
We can. I just don't remember where.
Because I feel like we can just walk in the front door at this point.
We can't.
We can't?
That's all I remember.
I mean, it's worth a shot, right? Okay, good. We have established that. There have been many times when I have assumed that I can't do something, and I could, and I ended up wasting like an hour trying to figure out the other way to do it. When it was like, oh, I can just... Yeah. Okay.
Oh, there.
Oh, hey, there's a ladder there. Probably could have been a little bit more of a visual standout if I want to get picky about the game design. But, it'll do, I guess. That looks suspicious. Giant red button.
So yeah, our biggest fire here has been, last I checked, was 85% contained.
Ah, good.
In the meanwhile, though, Northern California is in deep doo-doo.
As is usual, honestly. And, oh man, I could go on for about that.
One confirmed death, over 1,000 homes destroyed.
Yep. I'm sure I've already mentioned this before, but people deny climate change. Really?
Time to grind.
Well, yeah, I don't necessarily deny
Wow,
it, but I prefer to call it climate change instead of global warming.
Well, right. Because climate change is technically more accurate. But yeah, people deny that,
Better
and
hurry. That door won't stay open long.
I don't. Okay, so here we go.
But the other thing is that the weather is not going to be the same every year. Either.
Right. Can I just say, I love that they actually integrated the whole extreme sports angle into the general gameplay of the game. Yeah, that that did not go well. It's like, oh hey, we have to get to this door in a limited time. But we're skateboarders. What what do you think we do to get past this? It's great. I mean, it is kind of cheesy, but this is a 90s cartoon we're talking about here. Oh, I was afraid you weren't going to make that. Also not great, but yeah. And I think another major factor in the problem with California's fires is, and this has been like legitimately confirmed, this is old news by the point we're recording this, they actually caught Nestle stealing water.
Uh-huh.
And don't buy bottled water, people. It's the biggest scam on earth. I cannot tell you how much it makes, how much it enrages me that it is as big of an industry as it is, especially when you have companies like Nestle who actually steal the water from places like California who could honestly use said water to not be on fire, or not be as much on fire. Whoops. Screw it. We're going back around. Interesting choice of instrumentation here, certainly. And so is that counter there, the 6 coins, is that for the entire track that we have to go down? Because
Yes.
6 coins in 2 minutes.
Woo. Okay, I am not this bad at this.
I think it's partly that you're distracted, but that's okay. It's okay. As long as we can keep up the commentary that's entertaining, it's fine, right? I mean, good grief, people watch the Game Grumps, and they're terrible at video games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was something I was going to mention earlier with regards to the music. I don't know if you've actually heard of them, because I know your gaming knowledge is not as widespread as mine. I am admittedly a bit of a bard in that I pick up everything, a little bit of everything. But you've heard of the games, the Banjo-Kazooie and the sequel Banjo-Tooie?
feel like I have, but I don't know.
They were originally released on the N64. They were collectathons, kind of like Mario. Ooh. There we go.
I couldn't remember how to grind.
That would have been awkward. So you basically have to run this multiple times in order to get all of the... In order to get all of the points.
No. It just takes practice. So you could do it all in one run.
I would like to see that.
I have.
Yeah, we can come back later and get that, I guess, if we really want to. But, so yeah, let us know in the comments below if you want to see us get all of the coins in one run. But anyway, as I was saying, the Game Grumps, this was back when this was Aaron and JonTron, not the current era of Game Grumpage with Danny. They did a playthrough of Banjo-Kazooie with a guest, Grant Kirkhope, the guy who did the composing for the games. And I'm almost certain they talked about... I need to actually watch it. I'm almost certain they talked about like his process and how he did the music for each level. And that would really interest me. I'll see if I can find the specific instances. I have a friend who's like the Grump expert, and therefore will probably know when about. So I'll track that down and send you some links. Oops. But yeah, it's just interesting because video game music is so different than composing for a movie or a TV show or just composing music in general. Because you have to match it to something that may go on for an indefinite amount of time. You know, there's so many variables, especially player side, you know, on behalf of the player. Pardon me. And it's just... It's an interesting... I feel like I would very much like to see an interview, I think, with a composer who has done work for both movies or TV shows or whatever, and for video games. Okay, wow, they really picked up the pace on the coins there. And what they feel is the difference, you know. And then you get the fun cases where it's, you know, a game based on a movie or a TV show or something. Woo! Made it with 30 seconds to spare. Bam. So, really quick, remind me what the coins do?
Unlock stuff.
Like concept art.
And 2 episodes.
Wait, they actually like put actual episodes on the disc? Like original episodes or just
Original episodes, yeah. The first 2 episodes of the series.
If we redirect that water, we can short out the generator. Use your cursor to rotate the pipes.
Wow, that's cool. Oh man. This is okay. Doing some change ups. Get some puzzles going in here. I love puzzles. I will not lie. So okay, it is timed. Aha! There we go. Oh, and it just instantly tells us when it's solved. Okay. So how do you feel about that kind of puzzle? Like, is that kind of a puzzle something you enjoy? Do you like puzzle breaks in games?
They're okay.
Major trashage.
You seem to be hesitant on that part. Okay. What about puzzles in non-puzzle games do you not like?
Short answer, Finding Nemo. Case closed.
Okay, that's going to require a bit of elaboration.
Well, there was this one puzzle that it wasn't timed or anything, but I could not solve it.
Ah, yeah, that tends to be the bane. People's experience. Well, it's just interesting. Why are you wasting ammo? Anyway,